Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I've got a fun one, a recent release from one of my more favorite brands from Oris. And as I unbox this, I've got to give a shout out to my friend Brooks of J. Brooks Jewelers. They are my authorized dealer for Oris here in Utah, and Brooks has graciously let me borrow this all bronze big crown pointer date from Oris, as well as the titanium aquas as well for presentation. So big thank you to Brooks. And guys, if you're here in Utah, definitely go down to J. Brooks, meet Brooks, try on watches, talk watches, have a nice time. And if you're not local here and you're looking for a trusted place to buy Oris or Nomos or Buchera or Bell & Ross, I'll put a link to their website here in the description. But again, this is the Big Crown Pointer Date, all bronze from Oris. This is one of their top selling lines, right alongside the Diver 65, which I'm wearing one today. I've got the Bico on, as well as the Oris Aquas. So this is a beautiful watch. It's a sport piece. It has some nice elements. I'll put some dimensions here on the screen so you guys can see how this would compare to other watches in your own rotations. And I'll talk about fit. My wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference, and I really like the proportions here. If we look at the watch, obviously the dominant feature is going to be the dial. There's a lot of real estate here. But the way they've done this with the date track on the outside edge, outside of that railroad indexing, it ends up playing just a slight amount smaller than its stated dimension. The most dominant form here are the larger Arabic markers, and seeing how they're subset of that railroad track, it ends up looking a little bit more diminutive, and I really enjoy these cathedral hands, how they tie in with the coin edging here on the bezel, and the texture of the big crown unprotected at the 3 o'clock position. So it's a very handsome watch. It's a vintage inspired watch. It's a nice design, and it's easy to see why this is a good seller, why it's a popular model. Let's go in on a macro level and take a look at the dial. You guys can see a nice execution here. This dial is bronze. It's not just a painted brown dial. This is bronze. So each dial from Oris is gonna be a little bit different when it comes to the coloration and whatnot, just from this alloy here. So I'm interested to see how this ages over time. Obviously your movement, your dial is supposed to be sealed from outside influences, but as you use this crown, and I might add, the crown is very well done, very easy to operate. It is a screw down crown. You know, as you use the crown, you set the time, you wind the movement, all that stuff, you hack the movement. There could potentially a slight or a minuscule amount of moisture and air make its way into the case. So I'm interested to see how this ages over time. I would imagine there would be a very slight amount of discoloration and natural patina develop over the years. Definitely not as much as the case and the bezel, the crown and whatnot, but I would imagine it will look really good as it ages. Now let me give you the lume shot here. We have an application of Super Luminova. I can't say it's the best. Obviously, you guys can see the Arabics are lumed, the railroad track indexing is lumed, and the cathedral style hands are the most potent application here. They're actually pretty decent, and it has pretty decent longevity, but the rest of the face of the watch, at least in low light, is a little bit disappointing. Keep in mind, this isn't a dive watch. We're not looking for Seiko-like lume, but I think it would be nice for this to be a little bit more potent. Maybe have Oris use BGW9 for a longer lasting lume application. Now let's take a look at the strap. We've got a nice suede style strap here. I think it complements the case very well. We do have custom signed bronze hardware here. And if we open this watch up back here, you guys can see that there is quick release tabs, which would, you know, just makes it really easy to change out the straps, because this is a versatile piece. This would look good on a number of different strap options. And if you're not a fan of the bronze, Oris does make this in stainless steel, and there are different color versions for the dial. There's a bracelet option as well. And my personal favorite has got to be that beautiful red dial. That's one that I could seriously see purchasing for myself. I think that one's a very beautiful one. But this is the case back. We have a polished stainless steel case back. It's nice to see the coin edging here on the end and how that kind of ties in with your big crown and with your bezel texturing there as well. The sapphire exhibition window shows you the Solita movement that carries that slight modification of the pointer date. So this is nice to see. You've got the classic red rotor from Oris. It's not highly decorated, but it is tastefully finished and in complete keeping with what they've done with sport watches in the past. Now, one of my favorite features is going to be the light play and the visual distortion of this beautifully domed sapphire crystal. It does carry inner anti-reflective treatment, so you can see that that interesting dial from an oblique angle and get a lot of nice light play and distortion. But the crystal, really helps make this watch. It would not be the same if this was just a basic flat or a slightly domed crystal. The dramatic dome here really takes it up to the next level. So in the end, I really like this watch. I think Oris has done a nice job. There's a nice level of execution here. Great details, great size, great versatility, great weight, great wrist presence. And with this bronze, aging over the time, over years of use and wear, I think that's going to be just really unique and really fun. But let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative. And again, big shout out to Jay Brooks, my friend Brooks of Jay Brooks Jewelers, my Oris authorized dealer. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, reach out with questions, and we'll see you in the next video.